welcome to Millionaires Are Made, the show where we believe you can and should be a millionaire in all 6 aspects of health. That's right, it's not just about being rich, it's about being rich in all of your health. We weekly share tips to improve your physical health, your intellectual health, social health, spiritual health, financial health, and your mental health, which we're going to focus on right now. Our topic is self-talk, how to improve your mental health with self-talk. Whew, might be a little rough one. I literally just got through a hurricane. It just stopped about 30 minutes ago. So we've got 3 awesome guests here. Hopefully my internet stays and we can have a great episode. If you've never seen Millionaires Are Made, this is the show built on the fundamental beliefs that every person you know, or every person you meet knows something you don't, and there's something to be learned from everyone in this big, beautiful world. And if you haven't seen it before, we believe highly in authenticity. We don't talk about tips or advice or journeys before the show. We like everything to be the guest's raw life journey and talk about themselves. So there's no bias or persuasion. We have 3 awesome guests. It's going to be a great show. Mental health, self-talk. Audience, we love you so much. Please, please, please comment, ask questions. We love to ask questions live on air and have our guests ask them. So if you have any questions about self-talk and improving your mental health, put them in a chat. We monitor it and we'll ask them live. It's awesome. And if I know you do, everyone watching has some sort of advice they'd love to share or some sort of expertise, we would love to have you on our show. Please sign up, come be a guest. The link's being dropped right now. You can click it and fill it out and be on a guest on our show. It's fun, it's awesome, and you help everyone in the world grow. We're going to do a big shout out real quick to some of our followers. It's that time of day. Big shout out to on Facebook, Chris Sean. Thank you so much for following. We love you and your support. Instagram, Sacred Soul Sound Healing. Man, you should be a guest on our show. TikTok, Belen Ellarcon, and YouTube, CS Lifestyle. Thank you guys so much for following. If you are living your life right now and you have some sort of struggle, whether it's spiritual or social, you're feeling a little lonely, mental, financial, and you have a struggle, let us know. We will go and throw an entire episode based on the topic you're struggling with. We'll find 3 awesome guests and hopefully help you push through it. If you have any topic ideas, check the link below, www.millionairesaremade.com, and links being posted. As well as if you love getting help, I spend a lot of my life learning from people that are experts, and then I like to give back. So I do a free growth coaching. If you want to have a little one-on-one with me, see if you can grow a little, learn a little, we'll drop that link right now, growwithaustin.com. And last but not least, I would love to give a big shout out to our sponsor for this episode, our premium sponsor for this episode, Silver Fox Fitness. Bob is dedicated over 30 years of his life teaching fitness at his local YMCA. Now he's a big blogger and shares all of his knowledge on how to stay fit and mobile for a long, happy life. Check out that link below. Please support our premium sponsor. We would love that very much. And without further ado, we are going to bring out our first guest. Her name is Julie, and we'll let her tell you a little bit about herself. Hey, Julie, who are you?
Hi. Okay. So I'm Julie DeMar, and I like to answer this question in 2 parts. So I'll say personally, I'm just a imperfect human who's
Okay.
striving every day to be better. And professionally, I am a podcaster and positive lifestyle blogger. And I'm also an author of a self-talk monologue self-improvement book titled Sink Full of Dishes. So those are the things that I will share about me. And as we get
And
into the episode, I'll dive a little deeper.
how long ago did you write this book?
So the book was released in May. I released it for Mother's Day. It's my first book, and it's
Very
all
cool.
about my relationship with my inner critic, whom I named Monica.
Monica. All right. All right. So her link to her book's being dropped right now. Everyone go check it out. Brand new book, 3 months old. Okay, Julie, I've got a pretty important question for you.
Okay.
If I wanted to improve my mental health with self-talk, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
First, you need to identify that you do have a negative inner critic. So a lot of us don't realize, we
All
all have self-talk, but we don't realize that the relationship we have with it can be negative or positive. So you need to identify, is that voice that is in your head, is it a negative voice or is it a positive voice? And how are you responding to that? And furthermore, how is that voice impacting your life?
Okay, so identify that you have a positive and a negative. Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. And then is there a way to get rid of the negative or minimize the negative?
Well, I'll share with you guys what I used to do in the beginning, before therapy, life coaching, all the things. I used to
Oh,
actually talk to Monica. So, as crazy as that sounds, I used to shout at her. So when she would say things to me that were discouraging or that would contribute to me, self-sabotaging or anything, I used to just be like, lies. That when she would creep up and be like, why are
ooh.
you doing that? Is that it? Why you think you can do that? Why do you think that you are, capable of these things? I would be like, lies, lies. Or I would say, girl, not today. And the reason for that is because I had to stop her. And then I had to present her with the proof that I am capable, because all she's going to do is give me all the reasons as to why I can't do something. So I need to give her realistic proof as to why I can do it. And then I would move forward and do it.
I love it. All right. All right. Well, let's go over where on your life journey did you come up with this advice? Where does this tip come from?
Just screaming at myself in the beginning.
Basically.
In the beginning, just screaming at myself was just to shut her down. She was loud, so I felt like I needed to meet her with that same energy. Like, no, I can't take it anymore. I'm not doing this with you anymore. No. And then once I talked to a therapist and talked to a coach and started really figuring out what this was, then that's where like some of the tips and the tools came in as to, okay, how do you help redirect that to a more positive direction? It's always going to be there. It's just how much power are you going to grant that voice? So then
Okay.
that's
Okay.
where you start.
It's always going to be there. It all just depends on how much power you're going to get. So I guess what age were you when you named Monica?
Oh gosh. I don't know. 37, 38. I'm 39 now. Very recently, she got a name.
Okay. So, but you've been yelling at yourself for decades.
For- I've been yelling at myself for a couple of years.
A couple of years.
Before, she
Okay.
used to
Okay.
just be in the driver's seat doing what she wanted to do in my life.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm trying to pinpoint this question. When so she was in the driver's seat for a while. What happened in your life that you started yelling at her and analyzed and realized that she exists in the driver's seat? When did you kick her out of the car or move her to the passenger seat?
When I became a mom, so I'm a new
Okay.
mother. So
Okay.
me becoming a mom is the beginning to all of this. It's the realization that I had a lot of crap, and that if I did not heal all this crap that I had going on in my life, that these little people who are watching me and learning from me are going to become just like me. And that
Wow.
was like
Okay.
my worst fear. So, I mean, the journey has
Motherhood.
been going on for like the past 6 years, because my oldest is 6, my youngest is 3. But
Okay.
it's like, it's almost like every time you hit a milestone, something else jumps in. It's like, girl, you're not done. What about this little problem right here? Or what about this little issue right here? Oh, you forgot about me? So it's like, oh, okay. So you're constantly cleaning up the things that happened in your childhood, the things that you
Yeah.
did to yourself in early adulthood. And so with each revelation comes a new thing that you have to discover in order to truly heal the things that are going on inside you.
Man, hats off to you though. Kudos that motherhood was able to, help make you realize and fix a lot of the problems that you probably carried for your entire life. That's all the negativity, man. That's awesome. Good for you. That's a good 6 year journey for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, Julie. Well, we are going to move on to our next guest. We'll bring it back out in a little bit later. Next up, we've got Dana. Coach Dana, tell us, who are you?
Hi, thanks for having me. So I am Coach Dana Phillips. My company is Sage and Harmony Holistic Coaching. I am an emotional wellness coach, and I specialize in anxiety, anger management, and domestic violence coaching.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
can you hear me?
A little.
There you go.
I can hear you just fine. Yeah. All right. Tell us, if I wanted to improve my mental health with self-talk, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
I think one of the most powerful things that we can learn is understanding affirmations. I think
Oh,
learning that people really struggle with affirmations, and the reason why they get discouraged with affirmations is because, pretty much like Julie said, there's no proof of life, right? So if I'm saying I'm powerful or I'm beautiful or I'm a millionaire, right? But my bank account has $6 in it, I don't feel like a millionaire. So it's going to be hard for me to connect to that affirmation. What we can connect to is a proof of life moment, a feeling when you felt abundant, a feeling, a time where you felt powerful, a time where you felt beautiful. And so when you can connect the affirmation with a real life time or experience that you had that emotion, then that affirmation becomes more believable, and you can actually connect to it. But a lot of times folks have a hard time with affirmations because they don't believe it. They can't connect to it. And the unconscious mind is going to just completely disregard it. It's going to say, nope, that's not a true thing. Nope, that's not true. So the best thing that we can do is to remember a time where we actually had a feeling to support that. And so then it'll become more of a real life livable experience, according to our mind, which is really where, again, that self-talk and that mental health is. So
I love it. I love it. All right, Dana, where on your life journey did you learn this advice? How did you become so smart about it?
Experienced failures, successes, therapy, uh, loads and loads and loads of research. Yeah, so there was a lot of like just experiencing that, right? I'm a deep survivor myself. We've had everybody has a lot of issues, everybody has a lot of struggles. And so in part of those struggles, one of the things that you learn is to say affirmations. And so when I was really struggling with the affirmations and I couldn't figure out why I was struggling with the affirmations, it was a nice combination again between having an amazing therapist and doing a ton of research on anxiety and emotional intelligence and literacy, that it all just kind of pieced together for me. Really understanding why things were clicking and why things weren't clicking.
I love it. That's awesome. Very insightful. Dana, thank you so much. We're going to move on to our next guest, and we'll bring you out for the round robin and Q&A session. Next up, we have Rose. Rose, tell me, who are you?
Thank you for having me. So I'm Rose Higgins. I'm a conscious mama, entrepreneur, coach, and purpose driven. So my purpose journey currently is to do a 100-day challenge, which I am interviewing and hearing 100 purpose stories from 100 amazing and inspiring leaders. And that has been nothing short of amazing connections with all these amazing leaders, hearing their legacy and their journey. So super excited to be on the journey that I'm on and to be here today sharing with you.
Awesome. I love it, Rose. We'll definitely talk more about that 100-day challenge. But first, if I wanted to improve my mental health with self-talk, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
So my favorite tip to share is a quote from Lisa Nichols, which is, I have nothing to prove, I have nothing to protect, I have nothing to defend, and I have nothing to hide. And if we say this mantra to ourselves and really let our ego go, then so many things are possible. Really, we open ourselves to unlimited possibilities in life if we're not focused on these, putting time into protecting ourselves, proving ourselves, hiding, protecting.
That's funny. My last couple lives were about that, about how a lot of people that need help either A, refuse it, or B, don't know they need it, or C, just let their pride take over. And as I had a hurricane coming, it was, communities getting together and reaching out and helping each other get ready for the hurricane. But I feel like it's always like, well, I mean, people always need help. There's always someone that needs financial help, mental health help, all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting how some people like try to help, especially, I mean, I have the show coaching, all this stuff, and I see people that are like, I need help. And I'm like, yo, sign up for a growth session. Let's go talk about it. I can connect you to people here and there. And then like, they just like ignore you or ghost you. You're like, okay. All right. Well, Rose, can you repeat that mantra?
So I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to protect. I have nothing to hide, and I have nothing to defend.
All right. Nothing to defend too. All right. Tell me where on your life journey that you learned this mantra, this tip, this advice.
So I learned it from the taking a course with Lisa Nichols, and I applied it in my life, especially doing even little things, setting up a birthday party instead of feeling like I needed to do, a whole show for everyone. I focused instead on my daughter and what she wanted, and whatever that looked like to everyone else, I let go of. I didn't care. And I had such a great time. Whereas in previous years, I was trying to make sure everybody, had a great time, which is great. But I wanted to make sure that there was this, that I was proving myself, that I was a good mother and I was doing all these things. And for, this last birthday party I put together for her last year, I was really in that mode of, I have nothing to prove to anyone. I'm here for my daughter, for her experience. And I really embraced that and had a lot of peace and just a great experience. And so I've put this mantra into my life in so many ways, and each time it's just so rewarding.
That's awesome, Rose. I love it. Very cool. It's a good little mantra. That might have a little piece in our daily challenge later on. We'll find out. All right, well, let's move on to our round robin. Let's have some fun here. We're going to bring Julie back out and Dana back out. And let's start with Julie. Can you quickly refresh what your tip was for us?
So first you need to identify, is the voice that has the most power in your life, is it a positive one or a negative one? And then if it is that negative voice or that inner critic, Monica, who lives in me, I had to come up with different ways to redirect that power to something more gentle and something more real. So you have to present them with proof. Those voices in your head that are telling you, no, you can't do this because of this. You have to redirect that energy and say, no, I can do this because, big example, before I go on shows, I always get nervous. And that voice tells me, what are you doing? Why are you talking about this? Why do you think you're capable of this? Or why do you think you should be having this conversation? Well, I say, I can do this. I am doing this because I've experienced this. And you're here right now, homegirl. So we're going to go talk about this. And we're going to share how we're overcoming this because we can. And then guess what? I move right on through these spaces.
I love it. Dana, what are your thoughts on Julie's tips?
I love it so much. And I just want to also take a second to celebrate Julie because your story was so powerful and it was so inspirational. So thank you for the work that you do. It is absolutely amazing. I'm going to piggyback on what Julie said, talking about affirmations and learning how to really step into them in a powerful way and connect with affirmations that you might struggle connecting with. So as Julie said, a lot of times we have to give proof of life. And that really comes from working with the unconscious mind part of ourselves that doesn't believe that this thing doesn't exist, or you're not powerful, you're not a millionaire, I'm not pretty, or any of those things. It's saying, you know what, here it is. And so in order to be able to connect with the affirmations, give yourself proof of life. At what point in your life did you actually feel abundant? When did you feel pretty? When did you feel powerful? Sometimes it's as easy as putting on some lipstick or some high heels or a suit or whatever it is to actually create that feeling.
I love it. Great insight there, Dana. All right, Rose, tell us what your thoughts on Julie's tip are.
All right. So I love that. So in conscious coaching and conscious living, we say that the hardest thing to control is one's tongue, and the next hardest thing to control is one's mind. And so I've seen that Julie has taken control of her mind and literally given a passenger seat to her mind, and that is a huge feat. Most of us allow ourselves to be run by the voices in our heads that are discouraging us and telling us that we can't do it. So I'm just a big props to Julie for taking that control and taking the driver's seat. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. The time has come for a question from the audience. Lilith is asking us, this is a great one. I wanted to talk about this. Perfect. What's one effective affirmation I can start using today?
I have nothing to protect, defend, hide, or prove.
I like that. Any other thoughts?
I say every day, I am worthy, I am loved, and I can do it.
All right. You ready to hear mine? So I think it was probably mental health 3 weeks ago. I think we had an episode, something about, no, actually it was a spiritual health one about chanting something 11 times when you first wake up. Then I heard a song by, he's a COVID rapper that came out during COVID, Connor Price. Shout out to Connor. He has a new song called, I think the name of it's Golden Goose, but in it he talks about how he is the golden goose. So that was my new affirmation, and it's been stuck in my head for a couple of weeks now. So almost every day, 11. I don't know exactly why 11 times, but one of our spiritual health guests said 11 is a special word, but I shout, I am the golden goose. I am the golden goose. So that's my new favorite affirmation every day.
I love that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too. And I heard it in the song, and I was like, oh, that's great. All right, we've got another question from the audience. Ooh, this is a good one. Can you share a simple way to turn a negative thought into a positive one? Yes, Abel, I love that. All right. Actually, we're going to stick with this. You guys got any answers for Saba?
I would say first, just take ownership of it and embrace it instead of being afraid of it, and then find a way to turn that pain into a way to solve the problem. So creatively solve your problem by embracing it.
Okay. Other thoughts?
I always ask Monica, as I shared, my passenger, why are you here? Because I learned that she is an alarm system. She's showing up because she's trying to protect me. Even though she can cause so much damage in my life, her intentions are to save me from something. So I ask her, why are you here? What inside of me from all the crap that I've been through is making you show up to save me? And then I'm like, we're safe. I don't need you to protect me from this anymore. We got this.
Nice. Why are you here? I think that might actually be, I don't know, you guys might know better than me, but I think one of the big things on mental health is identifying a negative thought. We all have them, right? Let's just go over that real quick. Everyone's gonna have negative self-thoughts. Everyone's gonna second guess themselves. So if that's happening to you right now, that's normal, and you're not alone. We all do that all the time. But I guess let's see if there's some insight on how to determine a negative thought and how to speed up your response time. When Monica says, you suck, how quickly can we be like, oh, wait, whoa, why are you saying that? What's going on here? Any advice or insight on that, guys?
It's all about the questions that
I think
you
your
ask.
body
If you
tells
ask
you.
empowering questions.
Go ahead, Dana. Finish that thought, and then we'll have Rose talk.
Sorry. I think your body tells you, right? When you have a positive thought, your body's going to react to it. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to feel defeated. You're going to pains. I think going into it with curiosity, like, why did you show up? And like Julie said, what do I need to know about this in order to be able to change that? So when we talk to ourselves in a positive, or I like to call it have a healthier thought process about it, then we start to now feel differently. Our body feels energized, right? A lot of times that self-talk, what happens? Your body starts slumping, your back starts going, you feel fatigue, just feel aches and pains. And so body is literally listening as you're talking to yourself. Every you have, your body is, so our bodies are reacting. So anytime those thoughts are coming, I'm like, okay, well, I need to check in with myself. What is showing up for me right now? Where's showing up? Is it in my chest? It is in my shoulders? It is in my stomach? And then what's the feeling from this? And then that practicing that self-awareness, because self-awareness is 90% of the solution. Rose, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Self-awareness is 90% of the solution. All right, Rose, you're up.
So I was just saying to ask empowering questions, because you can be in a horrible scenario, like say you're in bankruptcy, and instead of saying, why is this happening to me, say, wow, who do I get to inspire with all these things and lessons that I'm learning? So instantly changing your mindset from victim to empowering.
Yeah. I mean, we all go through struggle as well. It's not just you, and you got to find your strength there. And being able to share how you got strength from your struggle can be a powerful thing. All right, we have another question from the audience, and then we're going to have to work on the daily challenge. What is your favorite strategy for stopping negative thoughts?
I don't necessarily
in the
need to stop them. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. For me in the beginning, it's more about just slowing them down so you can get in there and redirect that energy. So it did work. As crazy as it sounds, me being in the grocery store or walking around my house going lies or girl, not today. It worked. Even my fun story, one of my kids used to walk around because I said it so much, and he'll just be walking around the house going lies. But it worked because it was like, Monica, girl, you're lying. We can do this. But it's just shutting it down, like getting in and putting the brakes on that so you can say, okay, let's shift this energy into this direction and let's get it done. And that's free. You can shout at yourself all day.
I like it. Go ahead, Dana. You can answer this.
I like to just allow the thoughts to go on a cloud and just let it go. So I don't necessarily need to stop it, allowing it to come, and then also allowing it to just very freely continue to move on. I think that's also been very effective for myself and clients as well. So not really trying to stop it because it's coming up for a reason, but if it's like Julie was saying, if it's a lie and I'm recognizing that, I'm just going to go ahead and put you on a cloud and just let you float away.
Rose, any insight on that question?
I love that. I'm going to piggyback on that. Just redirect the energy. They do that in Tai Chi. If somebody's coming to kick you, they just move out and let the energy keep flowing by.
Awesome. All right, guys. We have come to my favorite part of the show. We are going to need to come up with a daily challenge. It's something that takes less than 5 minutes a day, costs $0, and is available to anyone from New South Wales to Kamchatka that helps us improve our mental health with self-talk. What are your thoughts?
So I would say just coming up with, it all is internal. So an affirmation that says, I am enough, I am worthy, I love myself, I am loved. So coming up with an affirmation that includes all the things in yourself that you would like others to give you as a compliment or what you're seeking from others. Give that to yourself.
Good. I like that. Any other thoughts, Julie or Dana?
I think the challenge I'd like to present this week is changing your I have to's to I get to's. There's a massive energy shift that happens when you say, I get to go to work, or I get to go work out, or I get to go to the grocery store versus I have to. So having that conscious awareness of when you're saying I have to, and then changing it to and I get to, And then journaling about it and just kind of seeing how that shift shows up for you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's huge. Any other thoughts to add?
I say start with a feeling. So every day when you wake up, before you do anything, before you help the people in your house, before you touch your phone, check in with yourself and ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Especially if you're having a hard day when you wake up. Some days we wake up in a funk, and then build on that. After you ask yourself, how am I feeling? Then you ask yourself, what do I need? And then move from there. And I say, branch out into 3 spaces. Okay, what do I need? This is what I need. Say today I need ease. So what can I do to bring more ease to my day today? Maybe I need to shift some things around in my work schedule. Maybe I don't need to make a Martha Stewart level dinner. Maybe I need to throw an oven pizza in there for my kids. And then what can I do at the end of my day to bring everything back into me, to calm everything down, and so that I can wake up tomorrow and do things better? And that's what I do every day. Before anybody can ask me anything, I have to check in with me. And I build off of that check-in, and then that helps set the tone for the rest of my day. No, I'm not going to be a cheerleader all day, but Monica will less likely show up all day long and direct me down a path of destruction, and I can show up in the way that I need to for my family and for myself.
Awesome. Well, let's see if we can combine all that. So I definitely like the idea of naming your negative energy.
Yeah.
Naming your what would you call that, Julie?
Your inner critic, negative self-talk, all of that. I call her Monica.
What was that, Rose?
Monkey mind.
Monkey mind. All right, so let's ask. I like asking every day, like, what were you saying, Julie? Like, why are you here, or why was that the question you were asking?
Oh yeah, when she shows up, I ask her, why is she here? Yeah.
Ask your inner critic, why are you here? I'm just gonna leave that there. I mean, do it at least once a day, but if you want to do it more, I fully support that. I like that though. Like, I'm gonna name mine. I'll tell you that. I'll come up with a good name. It's probably gonna be like name? Josh Perry. I'm gonna name mine Josh Perry. He's backstage. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, I like naming the inner critic and having identifying and accepting that it's there and talking to it. I think that's a really big tip. And then I love, obviously, the self-affirmation is great. Do you guys hate if I make the self-affirmation, I am the golden goose?
Great.
That one has been awesome the last couple of weeks. I am the golden goose. We're going to repeat that. I'm going to just say 11 times. But again, has as much mental health as you need. You can say it 100 times throughout the day if you want. The more, the merrier. Anything else I should add to that? Because that's only going to take like a minute. So we got a little bit extra. Dana, you want to add a little piece into that?
I am the solution. I love that. You're going to add an affirmation. I am the solution.
Great. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I think we officially have our daily challenge. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to wrap up the show. You guys are awesome guests. What a fun time. And to our viewers, thank you all so much for coming out and watching. I hope you had a blast. Real quick, we do have to give 3 quick little shout outs to some of our sponsors. First, we have Elle Grenale, a neuroscience expert, NLP and communication pro. She offers deep dive into brain function and personal transformation. Amazingly smart woman. Author, athlete, and founder of TrueSpeak, a certified in transformational meditation. Her motto is, say what you want, the truth is in you. Go check her website out below, please. That'd be amazing. Next up, we have Sam Westfall, who's an awesome Army veteran with 35 years of shooting experience. Founded Archery in Motion to elevate practice with his moving target platform. Go check out Archery in Motion today. And Jen Gray. Jen is host of the Be Genuine with Jen podcast. You should definitely listen to that. It's awesome. Licensed life and health agent dedicated to helping small businesses and entrepreneurs thrive. She's amazing. Go check out Jen. And yet again, thank you all for watching Millionaires Are Made. Hopefully you learned a little something about mental health and self-talk. We've got a sweet daily challenge. It's going to be Ask Your Inner Critic. First off, the first day, name your inner critic. You know, you can name it Monica, you can name it Josh Perry, whatever you would like. Name your inner critic, and every day ask it why it's here. Why are you here? What are you doing? What are you trying to stop me from accomplishing? Get to know your inner critic and get to know how to get past it. Then we're going to chant 11 times either I am the solution or I am the golden goose or any other self-affirmation that you like. And that is how we're going to secure and improve our mental health with